Ivan Ivanitch came out of the cabin, plunged into the water with a splash, and swam in the rain. Thrusting his arms out wide, he raised waves on which white lilies swayed. He swam out to the middle of the river and dived, and a minute later came up in another spot and swam on and kept diving, trying to touch bottom. "By God," he kept repeating delightedly. "By God!" He swam to the mill, spoke to the peasants there, and turned back, and in the middle of the river lay floating, exposing his face to the rain. Birkin and Alyoshin were already dressed and ready to leave, but he kept on swimming and diving. "By God," he kept exclaiming. "Lord, have mercy on me." "You've had enough," Birkin shouted to him. Anton Chekhov. Gooseberries. And that is how you enter into this remarkable read. On this episode, we're reading from A Swim in a Pond in the Rain, in which 4 Russians give a masterclass on writing, reading, and life. Our 4th pick on the Bayan book show. Welcome, I'm Homa Lizki. American writer George Saunders, known especially for winning the Booker Prize in 2017, gives us a priceless gift. Through these pages, we step into his writing classes, where he guides us patiently and gently through 7 short stories by 4 classic Russian authors: Chekhov, Turgenev, Tolstoy, and Gogol. And what's more, his, as the book's full title states, is a masterclass not just on writing, but also on reading and life. So, let's start by asking some of our fellow readers here at Bayan why they read.
من کتاب می‌خونم تا از واقعیت فرار کنم.
I read to decipher the real meaning of happiness in the format of words.
For my personal growth, it enhances my understanding of different perspectives. I can just put myself in the lives of different characters, and I think it just goes back to my lifelong love of learning.
I enjoy reading books because they're entertaining and they have the power to take me to different worlds.
من کتاب میخونم چون آدمای خیلی معروف و مشهور با دیدگاه‌های مختلف خیلی در دسترس نیستن و این کتاب‌هاشونه که منو به اونها نزدیک میکنه و برای توسعه فردیم هم خیلی خوبه.
Stories, Saunders says, change you. And here's the interesting bit. The part of the mind that reads the story is also the part that reads the world. It can deceive you, but it can also be trained to become an accurate reader of reality. The world is full of people with agendas, trying to persuade us to act on their behalf, spend on their behalf, fight and die on their behalf, oppress others on their behalf. But inside us is what Hemingway called a built-in shock-proof. How do we know something is? We watch the way the deep, honest part of our mind reacts to it. And that part of the mind is the one that reading and writing refine into sharpness. But of course, to write a story that moves the reader is difficult, and Saunders offers lots of advice on how to write that also helps us as readers tell the difference between good and mediocre writing. So, to get back to our first question, why do we read? These days, it's easy to feel that we've fallen out of connection with one another, and with the earth, and with reason, and with love. I mean, we have. But to read, to write, is to say that we still believe in, at least, the possibility of connection. Every soul is vast and wants to express itself fully, Saunders tells us. And this may be too big of a task to ask of language, but death begins, he says, the moment we give up trying. Thank you for watching another episode of the Bayan Book Show. And next time, we're picking up Maya Angelou's acclaimed autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Don't forget to tell us what you thought of this episode, and do let us know if you would like us to cover a book you've read and loved. For now, it's goodbye.